Banaza is a useless merchant who is accidentally summoned by a useless ugly king in another world. The magic ball shows that Banaza has no power, so the king throws him into the forest. However, it turns out that he has the ability to increase his status infinitely.
Damn!
The story begins in a country where ugly NPC monsters and humans live together, but the monsters are treated like slaves. However, this does not apply to Banaza. He treats the monsters very well. The people there watch Banaza giving money to the monsters. They think Banaza is a strange person. The green monster tries to refuse Banaza's gift because he thinks monsters don't deserve to be paid. But Banaza forces him to take the money, and Quinn, Banaza's colleague, thinks the same way. The monsters thank Banaza. They are so happy that they can drink coffee until they are bloated. But the people there gossip about Banaza for treating the monsters well. Quinn says that only a few people think as well as Banaza. Then suddenly Banaza's body glows and he disappears from there. In another world, the 198th hero summoning ritual is being performed. And that man is Banaza. Someone welcomes Banaza as an honored hero candidate. Banaza is confused about what is going on. He feels that there is a mistake because he is just a merchant, not a hero. Their purpose in summoning heroes from another world is to help them fight the Demon King. But before that, Banaza's strength will be measured. When he holds the magic ball, it glows and then displays Banaza's status. They are surprised because Banaza didn't get any miracles from the gods at all. His current status is only equivalent to that of an average adult male. The soldiers are disappointed with Banaza. When Banaza says that he wants to be returned to his original world, suddenly another hero is summoned with a very high status. They all then leave Banaza, who is very weak and useless. But this ugly pineapple-haired hero looks very arrogant. Without further ado, the king immediately crowns this pineapple man as their hero. Meanwhile, Banaza feels sad because no one cares about him. Banaza is in the kingdom of Klirod, a magical land. He tries to return to his world, but the king says the gate is closed. As compensation, Banaza is given permission to live in the forest of Delavesa. He is forbidden from mentioning this incident. Banaza is taken to the forest by soldiers. He asks a monster if he is enslaved, but the monster laughs and says there is no slavery in Klirod. However, the monster refuses to answer Banaza's questions about the forest of Delavesa. Banaza arrives at the forest and is given a magic bag by the king. The bag contains supplies and money, but the monster warns Banaza that the forest is inhabited by the Demon King's army. If Banaza wants to live, he should leave immediately. Banaza feels trapped. He touches the magic bag and takes out a rusty sword. 3 slimes attack him, but Banaza defeats them. His sword breaks, but his level increases and his status becomes infinite. Banaza activates his voice assistant, which tells him he can use new magic without opening a window. Many spells appear, and the voice assistant warns that the magic bag attracts monsters. Banaza realizes the king wanted to kill him by giving him a useless sword and a monster-attracting bag. The voice assistant neutralizes the magic bag, and Banaza searches for a safe place. The voice assistant warns that the evil aura of the demons is dangerous to humans and needs to be purified. The purification spell requires 1/3 of Banaza's magic energy, but he agrees and casts the spell. A large circle of light illuminates the forest, and Banaza's level increases 69 times. Back in the kingdom, the first princess thinks it's cruel to send a hero candidate to the forest of Delavesa, the Demon King's headquarters, but the useless king doesn't care. A soldier reports that a high-level purification spell was cast recently. The king thinks the pineapple-haired hero used it to defeat the Demon King, but the soldier insists it came from the forest. Meanwhile, Banaza is surprised to see his level increasing rapidly without killing any monsters. He realizes leveling up is easy in this world. He turns off level up notifications and checks his magic energy, which is full despite using the purification spell. He thinks his energy capacity is small, so it fills up quickly. Banaza is still worried about the forest, but he knows he can't go to the city. The voice assistant suggests using a transformation spell to avoid being recognized. He chooses a female form and is surprised to see himself with large watermelon. He likes it, but decides to transform into a male adventurer instead. The voice assistant suggests Banaza use teleportation magic to get to the city quickly. He agrees, and a magic circle appears that takes him to the city center in an instant. He thinks teleportation is easy to use in this world, unlike in his own. He tries to teleport back to his world, but it doesn't work. He gives up and decides to find a job. He wants to find an adventurer's guild to earn money. The voice assistant automatically tells him the location of the guild. At the guild, Banaza learns that the higher the adventurer's rank, the higher the pay and the difficulty of the quests. He quickly registers under the alias Fleo, the name of his childhood dog. He is given a necklace as a membership token. While looking at the available quests, a useless little girl asks for help getting to the forest of Delaveza. No one is willing to help her because the forest is the headquarters of the demons. The girl insists, but they still refuse. Banaza approaches her and agrees to take her to the forest, even though the reward is low. He says it will only take a moment with teleportation magic. Everyone is surprised to hear this. Banaza, who thought teleportation was a beginner's spell, is confused. A royal knight named Balirosa approaches Banaza with her sword. She doesn't believe Banaza can use teleportation magic. They think Banaza is a criminal. Banaza introduces himself as Fleo the Adventurer. To prove himself, he takes them to a narrow alley to demonstrate teleportation magic. He easily teleports them to the forest of Delaveza. They are all confused because Banaza can teleport that far. They think Banaza is a high-level mage. Balirosa and her friends call Banaza Master and apologize for accusing him of being a criminal. The little girl feels something is strange because the evil aura and monster presence in the forest have disappeared. Banaza wants to tell her, but the voice assistant says it's dangerous to reveal the purification spell to the demons. Balirosa apologizes for involving Banaza in this. She says the little girl is actually a demon in disguise, based on a report from the Adventurers Guild. The little girl laughs and tells them to watch their words. She transforms into her true form, a Kurama light version. She was sent by one of the Demon King's generals to scout and gather food. She releases an evil aura that makes everyone except Banaza suffer. The Kurama light version suddenly attacks them. Banaza manages to save them and teleport them all away. The little Kurama is surprised that Banaza sacrificed himself. Banaza then tries to use all his skills at once. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and see you on the next video. Love you guys.